Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Masterpiece Theatre. I'm the queen of the smiles. I created the smiles. People think they know what I'm all about, and they don't. Or do they? Couldn't tell you. But I myself am very mysterious. They call me Pablo. Oh! I don't know what happened, but it's gone now. Oh my dear. Oh my dear. Oh dear. I had the craziest night last night. Let me tell you, it all started. I don't even know when it started, man. What year is this? You know what I mean? I just... 2020 happened to me. That's all I need to say. American Gothic. Where's my wife? There she is. We're ghosts now. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I'm doing today. It's rainy in Nashville. It is it's just one of those days. I got up way earlier than I needed to, but it happened anyway, and it doesn't matter because welcome! It's time for Quarantine with Kenny. I am your host from coast to coast to coast to coast, Mr. Kenny Matisse Foster, and I'm so glad that you guys are here to join us today on Sound of Nashville. It's such a pleasure to be with and among you. I know we went on a Friday last week. I hope that didn't throw you off. I love seeing so many wonderful friends here in the comments. What up, Zach Dog? Guys, welcome. I'm excited about today because it's just going to feel like a family affair. I'm flying solo. It's low lit here at the Foster household. We're settling in for fall. It's downright cold. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not going to lie, that's what I prefer. I prefer it cold, a little chilly. It's jacket weather, baby. Jacket weather. Just put it on like this. Maybe a sweater, maybe a nice little cardigan, little V-neck action. Anyway, let's go. I have a fantastic guest for you today, and I can't wait. For those of you that don't know who she is, I can't wait to introduce you. For those that do, then you already know what you're in store for. So let's just get on, but let me tell you a little bit about her first. She grew up outside of West Philadelphia, born and raised. I heard something about playgrounds. She never got sent to Bel Air. Instead, she went to Nashville, Tennessee. Before she went to Nashville, though, let me tell you, she went to Berkeley. She went to Berkeley College of Music. Now, that's famous, the famous Berkeley. Folks in Scotland, I bet, even know about Berkeley. Isn't that right, Doug? So, let me just tell you about this. I need to get all of these right. So she has had songs on Army Wives. She's had on ABC's Beauty and the Beast and MTV's Scream. Look, Pop Dose called her a thing of beauty. I agree. Don't get mad at me, fiance. HuffPost called her stunning. Okay, let me just say this. But she's done... Up to this point, she's done 6 albums. 6, count them. And she just released it last Friday, and I'm so excited. I've been on repeat with this so much. So this record is called Funeral for My Past, and let me tell you a little bit about it. It is the 4th most backed female artist that has ever existed on Kickstarter. She raised, with her fans, the Lizards, $150,000 to make a record. I hope she made it on the moon. I don't know that that's what it was, but I imagine that it was on the moon. Yes, her discography is extensive, and you should enjoy all of it, but especially the new record. Newsweek put this record on their top 100 for 2020, which is amazing. A bunch of people have been covering it. Forbes, American Songwriter, Billboard, No Depression, Wide Open Country, and Grammy.com but you don't need to take my word for it. I just want to pull you in, and I want to introduce you to a creator, a fellow artiste. Ladies and gentlemen, please, to the show, Liz Longley. Liz!
Hi. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing now that I'm hanging out with you. Thank you
Oh,
for having
you
me.
shut your mouth. Flattery will get you everywhere. The Tell me about your gramophone.
Oh,
I
is
want to
that cool?
know. Yeah, it's your Grammy in waiting. It's even bigger than a Grammy.
Saving a space. No, we were on a walk the other day in Nashville, and there was a garage sale, and they were selling this thing. It's not really that awesome, but you know, it looks cool.
I think it's really awesome, and you should pet it for the entirety of the show. If I'm
Okay,
being
got it.
okay, thank you. Yeah, only that way. Liz, holy crap, 2020. It just keeps screaming at my face faster than I really wish that it did. What have you been doing? How have you been coping? What does it even look like for you?
Yeah, well, I think that my way of staying sane my entire life, or trying to stay sane, has always been through staying creative. So I've
Mhm.
been lucky that I've got an album to put out, even though it's not really ideal. It's had given me something like to focus on and work on.
Yes,
And
yes.
then because that wasn't enough, I decided to make a Christmas EP that's going to be coming out later this year. So I've just
Oh,
been
nice.
trying to stay focused. It's
Is
really
it
hard.
okay? You can get real with me here. Is it focus or is it distraction? You tell me.
Distraction, absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, all right. It's fine. You're amongst friends. Hugs and
Yes.
kisses. I mean,
Yes.
not real. From 6 feet away would do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like, what have you been doing besides? So, you've been diving into music, which I completely understand. I'm going into the studio next week, as a matter of fact. Like, and
Awesome.
honestly, just making that decision, like, flipped the whole year around for me. Because then it's like, okay, I've got this thing, and I have all the time in the world, and so when I have a spare moment, it's like I'm gonna apply myself to that, right? So
Absolutely.
mentally speaking. But when you're exhausted from that, what are you doing? What did you have you developed some like guilty pleasures? Are you watching? Are you binging? What are you doing right now?
You know, I try not to spend too much time at sitting watching television as much as I
Good
love
for
it.
you.
I
Good for
will
you.
fully admit that I have, and have pre-COVID, had a pretty strong addiction to the Real Housewives of anything. I love it.
Of any of the cities, you
Yeah,
pick one.
I'll take them all. I'll take them all. It's really embarrassing. I don't really normally
Oh,
admit that.
so
Um,
that's it. Listen, your secret's safe here, all of
yes,
us.
thank you. But like something that I watch with Patrick that we can both enjoy has
Yeah.
been Alone. Have you seen Alone?
Is this where they drop people in the woods and they have to
Yes.
outlast each other? Is that okay? Okay, I've heard good things. I've not yet delved in.
You're gonna love it. It feel, especially for
Right.
2020, it's like survivalist. The world is ending. You're like, we could live off the land. Check it out.
I need to do more of that, honestly. My mom's a big gardener and I've got friends that are growing vegetables and stuff. And I just imagine like when the apocalypse comes, I'm just gonna go hang with them. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like sloughing off responsibility for actually like being able to take care of myself. But as an
Yeah, I
artist, like,
can't take care of plants. I
no,
can't take. I can't. No.
no, but that's
I'll
why
be
we have
if the
significant
world
others.
if there's no, you know, if the world ends, I'll be heading back to my parents' house. My dad is an amazing gardener, and they just he has rows and rows of food he's grown, and that's where we'll be going.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you can get there, assuming that fuel is still a thing and the highways are whole. Anyway, let's not imagine this
So
because I've done
hopeful.
that enough on my own. So let me tell you, we people wrote in before we got rolling here, and they had a few questions. Can I delve into some fan questions with you
Heck
real quick?
yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. So this is one. I know we're just transitioning into fall, and this is a nice one. What, Liz Longley, is your favorite time of year?
Oh, absolutely fall, hands down. You were saying jacket weather? I put my jacket on.
That was so smart. I probably should have, but
Aren't you getting a little breezy in
I can get breezier, baby, if that's what we're after here. I mean, it's just trying to keep it real. I almost wore a hat today. just to remember what it felt like to wear
Yeah.
hats and like dress up in that way, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why fall? Is summer too hot and winter's too cold? What's your thing?
I actually, like you, I love the cold. I actually hate the heat. So typically in August in Nashville, I get the heck out of Dodge. So don't like the heat. But there's something just, I feel very nostalgic about the fall. It brings back
Okay.
memories. The leaves aren't falling here yet, but
Mhm.
just like the crispness of the air does something
Sure.
with my soul. I don't understand it. And then I love burning candles, which I probably would
Mm.
do in the summer. This is my favorite one right
Nice.
now.
Ooh.
And then
Hashtag
I like
ad.
drinking hot coffee. I like switching to hot coffee because I'm normally an iced coffee girl.
Oh,
Cold.
yes. Okay. Okay.
Those are my
I
reasons.
I like being reminded that things have to end. Like
That's,
that things die, and sometimes that end the death that is beautiful. And that
that's
seems a
so
little bit
deep.
morbid,
That's so
but
deep. And I'm like, I like
well,
candles.
I mean, I'm a Hygge fan too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, and Sarah keeps swapping out the pillows to match our seasons here. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
these are soft as all get out. I don't know if you can see this, but like, it's one of those like
Oh,
I could
yeah.
write my name in it if I wanted to. Yeah. No, you can't touch it. Um, okay, next question here. This is cool. Is there any? Look, I don't want to just. I need my own questions. They're gonna have to wait. Can we
Okay.
talk about this record for a second? Like, I'm in love with it.
Thank you.
What was different about this one for you?
Well, I didn't make it on the moon, although I wish I did.
Shit.
It'd be
Wow.
pretty cool. Um,
It was out of this world. Okay.
so many things about making this record. Oh, I'll show everybody. Are different
Please.
than anything. Here it is on vinyl.
Yes.
Um, the From beginning to end, it was a different process. First of all, I had these songs for like 2 years
Of
that
course.
felt like the whole writing process was super healing, and I just felt different about these songs and
Mm.
didn't know where to go with them. And when I found Paul Mok, I mean, I knew who Paul Mok was. I knew he was an incredible producer, but when he heard these songs and jumped on board, that was an instant game changer. Just going to his studio, there's like a spiritual aspect to it.
Sure.
But then shortly after I made the record, it became obvious that the label that I was on, it became obvious that I had to buy my music back. They actually offered, would you like to buy this record back so that you can release it? Which,
Huh.
as you know, it's an insult and a blessing at the same time, because
Sure.
it sometimes you just can't get your music back. They hold it hostage. So I was so lucky that they let, and my fans showed up so huge, like
Yeah,
3 times
obviously.
yeah. And it was really incredible. So to become indie, thanks to 1302 incredible supporters,
Yeah,
changed my
that's
life. So this is
of
my
course it
first
did.
releasing a record like this that I'm really proud of, on my own, hired my own team,
Of course.
and they killed it. And it's been an amazing journey.
So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their favorites, and I know you do, but like, can we talk about Three Crow for a second? Like,
Sure.
I want to, that has to be real. Was that real?
It's okay, so it's real, but
Mm.
all honestly, Three Crow is, I don't know why. You know when you're writing and you go almost into like a dream-like state?
Yeah.
I wrote this song there. And I was processing a very traumatic situation, but it
Mm.
did not happen at Three Crow, but for some reason that
Yeah.
in my brain it did.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't talk about where it actually happened, which
Right.
was my next door neighbor. So I had to, out of protection to myself, I changed the location. So
Oh, okay.
that's
Well, I just loved it because I'm a little Nashville, and like I loved hearing it, but like it's such a cool effing name anyway, and so it was just cool to like have it. Of course, I don't know. I just like that song is slaying me over and over again, and I can't talk about it too long or I'm going to start tearing up. It's just
Oh.
it's a triumphant song. Here's the thing that I love about what you do, if I may pontificate. Most trending pop singers, they care so much about their melody that they kind of just make the lyrics work. And you don't do that.
I hate that.
Yes, you do lyric, and then you find the melody that matches the rhyme scheme that you've built. And so that this pop song can still have substance in a way. And so thank you for doing that.
Wow, thank you for noticing. That's something that's really, really important to me. Phrasing and staying as true as you possibly can to what you would say to someone, how it would sound coming out of your mouth, so that it sings that way too, I think is so important. And that's one of the things that going to Berklee completely changed about my writing process. So that's Patterson cool. For you.
Tell me more about that. What was it about your Berklee process?
Well, I was not a great songwriter when I went to Berklee. I just knew I loved to sing, and I wanted to learn how to write better songs. And Pat Pattison, he's written Writing Better Lyrics. I can't think of his other books right now, but I was lucky to have him as a professor for years. And he just drives that home, how important it is to not put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Like, it is like, you do not leave there without knowing that. So, and then what was really cool is we would get together every class. It would be like 12 of us, really small classrooms. And we'd each bring in a song every week, and we'd get live, honest feedback. People were not scared to hold back. People did not hold back. Of course not. Yeah.
A bunch of music nerds? No. It's like getting naked.
Tear you to shreds sitting in front of the class. So it was a special time. And honestly, when I graduated, I just was like, I wish I could do this over and over again. That's how much I learned. And I felt like there was still more to learn. So I loved my time there.
There is. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. Anyway. We'll talk more later, you and I. And folks that don't know, Berklee is a fantastic music school here in the States. I wonder what the German equivalent is. Maybe somebody would be able to tell us, which brings me to my next fan question. Have you, Liz Longley, ever been to Germany?
Yes.
Tell me all about it.
My first tour abroad was in Germany.
Amazing. Where'd you go? Which cities?
Honestly, it was so I can't remember. But it was really special. Like people I felt like I could connect with them through music in such a really unique way. And most of the places I played, I mean, I was in college. I can't even remember how I got these gigs. But a lot of these gigs, I didn't even have a sound system. I was just like showing up in a church with beautiful acoustics, and people were just so awesome.
Yes.
So I would love to do it again. It's one of my greatest regrets that I haven't gotten back. Like, I don't know how to tour outside of the U.S. I think I was so young and fearless that I would just, okay, I'm going to Germany. Where now I'm like, well, how am I going to drive? What am I, I'm a little bit too, I don't know how to handle it all now.
After all this, though, if we haven't built up some sort of like immunity to tragedy, I feel like maybe that's still in you, Liz.
I hope so. I'm ready to get out of this house.
You and me both.
Country.
Sarah's gonna kill me. She wasn't here to adjust the pillows. I'm just gonna mess them all up. I'm just gonna do this.
There we go.
I'm gonna do this today. That's what I'm gonna do. So another one. So along those lines, and you don't have to pander. We're not asking you to do that. What's the favorite place you've ever been? Number one, traveling. Number two, for a show. Tell me.
Number one, Turks and Caicos, traveling.
Woo!
Magical trip there. That's where Patrick and I got engaged. It was just perfect. Blue.
You're biased.
And on tour, oh my gosh, I love so many different things about so many different cities, but I love the West Coast. So I love Oregon. I love getting to drive through Oregon.
Yeah. You can see everything in Oregon.
Yes.
Like so many things.
What about you?
That's a great question. Sarah and I had a really magical day in a place called Interlaken, Switzerland.
Oh,
Um,
geez, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And so they have Jungfrau right there, and then we stayed at this hostel called the Farm, and like it was just a bunch of just freaking teenagers and Australians, and we were just like enjoying each other, and we went canyoning. It's a thing? Do you know this thing?
No.
Canyoning. That you literally they drive you into the Swiss Alps, and then they like park on the side of the road, and they attach climbing gear to a guardrail, and you
Mm-mm.
you belay rappel down 200 feet into a canyon with a wetsuit on and climbing gear, and then you just like swim and slide and jump off of waterfalls like all the way down the canyon with the river. It was awesome.
Holy crap. I've never experienced anything like that. I'm a little
Well,
bit envious of your international travels. You
listen.
just
I try to go places. I try to see the most of it. I'm
incredible.
an adrenaline junkie, and my wife is that way too. Like we're lucky enough we get to travel together. Like
Yeah.
touring, it started with traveling with touring, and now we have to fit our travel around our tour dates. And so it was a long, slow progression, but it was one that like I was so glad to have done because we always had the trips, even if
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shows didn't go well. And now like all I want to do is go play there and get back
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And this freaking year, we were supposed to be back 3 more times this year, and nope, no mas.
Yeah.
No mas Europa. Anyway, enough about this. Now, one more question.
Okay.
What are you listening to right now, Liz? What's on your playlists?
Okay. Two things. My friend Brian Dunn, his record is called Selling Things. It came out a couple months ago. It is always on in our house. It's
I
so
love the title. I
oh,
love the
so good.
title.
Then Rust. I have okay, three things. Then Rust and Kelly.
Yeah.
Is it Search and Destroy? I don't know. I just know that the initials are sad. Um,
Oh, nice.
it's so good. I love Rust and Kelly.
Yeah.
And then my friends Freddie and Francine have a record coming out tomorrow, and it's
Great.
called "I'm Afraid to Die," which is perfectly titled.
That's
And
cool.
I've been listening to that on vinyl too. We have a vinyl collection, and that one's
Vinyl head.
so good. Yes.
Well, I love that. I love all those plugs for your friends as well. So you mentioned Rustin, and I've not listened to your first friend's record yet, but like there's this weird kind of group of Nashville artists that are finding a way to exist in like two or three different genres simultaneously. Rustin being one of those. Like, what's gonna happen? What's the future? Like, we're on a channel here called Sound of Nashville, and mostly we pick with. I mean, we're country music and Americana as well. But even I myself dabble with folk and I dabble with pop and like, so it just what's the future if you had to take a stab at it? Like, what's going to happen to all of us weirdos that hang
I
out in fringes? You know?
I embrace the weirdness. I've always struggled with like pinpointing an artist as one thing. Um, letting an artist change their direction any which way they want to if need be. Like I think we should feel free to express ourselves in whatever way feels true to ourselves. But I think people's palettes, because of the way that we're digesting music now, it's a little bit different.
Completely different. Yeah.
I think people's palettes are expanding, and I think I think it just feels freer and more exciting. I personally love records like that.
Sure.
You can't pinpoint exactly.
Absolutely.
Hi,
Charlie! Did he contribute? He's
he played piano on my upcoming Christmas EP, and he killed it. He's pure magic. I'm so excited. So,
yeah. I mean, he may or may not be playing on my record too. I don't mean to brag,
oh my
but
God.
so I listen. This is all well and good. One more question from me, if I
Okay.
may.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, there goes my ear.
how do you get your vocal performances to be / feel so intimate? How do you do that? Where do you go as an artist? And I mean in physical space and mentally.
Are you referring to my record or like a live show?
Let's start with the record, because I'm getting ready to go in here and like first of all, it's your voice, but second of all, what are you doing? Where do you go to be both powerful and then reserved, and like, just tell me more about it, please.
I think thank you for the compliment. I don't know, but one thing that I loved about working with Paul is how much, pretty much all the vocals that you hear on Funeral for My Past were recorded while the band was playing. Same thing with my Christmas EP. So Paul just, puts the guitar in my hand and is like, we're gonna get your guitar and vocal at the same time. If we don't keep it, that's fine. We'll redo it later.
Sure.
But almost every time, just like being in the moment with those players got me there mentally, and I could just tap into what the song was about.
Cool.
The times where that didn't happen and I had to redo the vocal without the guitar in my hands, I'm thinking about it. Like I'm
too much.
Yeah, too much. So I think the key is just don't think about it. Don't overthink it. And so, yeah, and that's the magic of working with Paul Mok, is that, one time on the song Long Distance, I was not really happy with the vocal on it. And he was like, no, it's perfect. I'm like, well, actually, it's the opposite of perfect. It's the most flawed vocal on the record. And so I tried to redo it, and he proved me wrong. It was just, it didn't have the same emotion. So the importance of perfection, I just realized perfection was not the goal.
Yep. Do you hear that, folks? Perfection sucks. Get over it. Get over yourselves. Artists and fans and people alike. That's what you're getting. You're getting encouragement in the form of shutting your hole. Okay, so we always highlight a charity of some sort. So you have one, a special one. Maybe you can pontificate a little bit. This one is called No Kid Hungry, and you said they've been doing crazy things during this pandemic. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, they've been around for years, and even pre-coronavirus, their focus is just getting meals to kids who don't have food. And now with coronavirus, 1 in 4 kids faces hunger. So what they're doing is amazing. They're doing 10.8 million meals delivered a day now. And if you go on their website, you can see like they've created an entire map where kids can find meals. Their parents can take them to these food banks or these restaurants that will give them food. So I just love what they're doing. And I didn't really know much about them until coronavirus, but I've been doing a lot of shows to help raise money for them. It's nokidhungry.org, and they're pretty special. Check it out.
Nokidhungry.org. We will get that in the bio. I'm sure of it. Thank you, Liz. So I don't know if I've adequately prepared you for what's coming next, but it's a little game that we like to call Wheel of Filters. And so what we do now is you're going to push, there's a little happy face with some sparkles next to it, okay? Yeah, so click that, and it's going to bring up this like whole bar of filters, and I want you to just like span through there and like find something that really tickles your fancy. Something. Oh my. Oh my, you're butterfly. Oh, you're a fairy. Okay, I need to pick something appropriate. Hold on. Is that what you're sticking with? I need to know.
I don't know.
Keep going. Find something. Find something.
Oh, there's lots of butterflies. I don't know what. There we go. That's perfect.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's trippy, dude.
I'm literally crying from laughing. Okay.
Peace, man. That's trippy, man. Whoa.
How do you have so many? Whoa, what was that? Okay. I think I'm dazed and confused.
That's you with a ghost. You're either a ghost looking over your own shoulder, or you're in a 1970s disco music video.
Okay, I think this is better.
Wait, you're so Napoleon Dynamite right now. Let me see if I have anything. Hold on, let's see. Let me see. I don't have Napoleon Dynamite, but I have
theater. How many?
Hey now. Do you like how I have 4 hands when I put my hands out like this? I think that's my favorite. All right, wait, here we go. So I'm going to be Rick Astley trying to pick you up in the 80s. Here we go. All right. Hey, baby. I know I don't really know the words of the song. All I know is the chorus, but let me tell you, honey, I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Turn around, oh, desert you. Where'd you get that headband, baby? You look so good.
Well, wait. What is this?
Where'd it go?
I don't have a microphone.
Do you have a microphone?
This is real life. This is no filter. Oh!
Somebody needs to take Liz. She's getting sadder and sadder as this goes on.
It's really raining here in Nashville. Send an umbrella.
That's so good. I'm trying to figure out if I can. I don't know how to be inappropriate here, but
I've never cried more actually on a live stream ever.
I mean, I'm gonna hope that it's not because this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. I'm done. I'm done. That was so much
filter because I'm actually crying now.
Well, then leave it on there. Leave it on there.
Okay, I think I'll go back to
maybe it's appropriate for where we're at.
I'll give myself some butterflies. Oh,
okay. Thank you. Oh, yes. You're sticking with the butts. You stick with the butterflies.
Thank you.
I think we should give the people what they came here to see. Let's sing some songs. What do you think?
Sure.
I'm gonna open for Liz Longley today.
Give me a chance to gather myself.
So I play a song every week, and so I'm trying to. It's I have a lot of songs, but like I have to like work them up. Do you know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
I mean, like when you have so many songs, you're like you forget how to play some of them. And so today I totally lost my pick.
How many songs do you write? Like, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
No, come on. Yeah, let's go.
Have you been writing a lot during your candy quarantine?
I probably only do 2 or 3 a week. I'm usually a 5-day-a-week dude when I'm not on the road, but I just haven't had it in me. And there were a couple weeks that I just didn't do anything. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. Zoom is less than exciting. It's not my favorite, but which means that I haven't been expanding my writing circle during this time a lot, because you have to really know somebody to give each other the benefit of the doubt when you're just over Zoom, because there's no vibe and you didn't really get to like chill. It's more like work. But with people that you know and you already respect and you've got a good thing going, like it's so much easier, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Well, I don't co-write very much in real life.
Oh wow, good.
So I think I've done one co-write through all of this.
Whoa.
And then I wrote the Christmas EP, but that's been it.
Well,
and I have one co-write on the books, and it's with you.
Yeah. I've like, as I listen down, I'm just like, I'm so interested in what's going to come out. Because I love how conversational you get with things. Like you just say it. There's no mincing words. Like sometimes, yes. Are you TLC right now? Don't go chasing waterfalls.
It filled up the whole house.
Please stick to the river and the lakes that you used. Well, see, now I'm torn because I was going to play this new tune that I worked. I was going to play this. You're fine, please. I'd much prefer just watching you recreate 90s music videos. I was going to play this other song, but your fiance down here is requesting something, so I may do that.
You do whatever your heart desires. Which one did he request? Oh, yeah.
It's for you, Patrick. Hell yeah, I love to go fishing. It looks heavy, I better not live. I hear that. Been there 2 nights, sleep on it. If I was careful when you're playing with magic. Go Don't chase that dream you might catch. Hold my beer, watch this dude, I think I'm gonna lick mine. And I'm still up, if you wanna come over, I got two. If you need a shoulder, it's alright, no big deal. Give it time that hard, you're almost there, man, don't go ditching. I ain't here and I ain't quitting, got you back. I ain't mad, I'm sorry. Things you wish said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish said to somebody. Yeah, you might be the prayer I've been praying. Take your time out my way. You're the best. Change my mind, I'm thinking good and right. And I know we can make this work. 'Cause you're one bridge and I'll burn. Here we go. Either way, I love you till my dying day. Anything to end this fight, 'cause this whole thing can't end tonight. I love you too. Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Things you wish said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish said to somebody. I see it now that I was wrong. Damn, I wish you'd come back home. Call again, leave your call. You're beautiful the way you are. No heaven's waiting, don't be scared. Everyone you love is there, I'm proud of you. Miss you too. Goodbye. The things you wish said to somebody. Yeah, things you wish said to somebody. And don't let them be things you wish you said. Just one of those things you wish you said.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Ah, you stop it. You have to say
We listen
that.
to a lot of Kenny Foster in this house, and there is not a single song of yours that does not have a beautiful message. Like, you tell a story and weave in just something that just gets right to the heart and applies to all parts of life. It's really incredible. So
Thank you.
you are so wise, and it's amazing that to get to hear your heart and your wisdom through your music. So thanks for doing what you do.
You stop it. I like you. Well, thank you, Liz. I hope that the next record doesn't let you down. You know, sophomore song.
Where are you
Sophomore
recording it?
I'm at Sputnik again with Mr. Mitch Dane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's
Yeah.
kind of my mantra. Dance with the one that brought you. So I'm so looking forward to. I know he's going to stretch me on this record, and maybe I'll push him a little bit. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm so excited for these tunes. It was you know what it's like to pick songs for a record. Like you have to kill so many babies. You have to like so many puppies.
Yeah.
Are being drowned because you just don't have enough time / money.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. I'm excited. I don't know what you did with Paul, what your guys' process was, but I had to narrow all my tunes down. You know, like so I picked like I guess sent him 22 songs, and I was like narrow them down, and I narrowed them down, and we didn't talk, and then we shared our like what our top 10 were, top 12 were, and we matched on all but 2. So I think
Awesome.
we're on a good trajectory, which either means I gave him 11 crap songs or or like we're in the right zone. And so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, please, will you grace us with your
Sure.
voice? Will you do a thing for us?
This is a song that almost didn't make it on the record because
What?
I actually I play everything for my parents first.
Yeah.
They've never let me down. But
Good.
with this song, they just didn't get it, and I was like, I don't know. I still love playing this song, so I sent it to Paul, and this is kind of what made him want to make a record, which is so crazy. You never know what's going to resonate with
Sure.
someone. But
Sure.
this is called My Muse. He sits on my front porch, nursing a cigarette. It's well past 5 a.m. He's wide-eyed and buzzing. Just like everybody else in this town, I met him at the bar. He poured out his heart. Some say it's the war, some say it's the whiskey. My muse, the glory in his mess, he's as confused as I am about life and death, and I am bound to his darkness like he's bound to my light. He's my muse. I tried to paint him, though he's hard to define. His ever-changing shape, his mysterious mind. Tonight I see him in the deepest of blues, tangerine hues, under the light of the moon. Yeah, he's my muse. The glory in his mess, he's as confused as I am about life and death, and I am bound to his darkness like he's bound to my light. He's my muse. Ooh. He reminds me how broken humanity is, and how beautiful brokenness really is. And he speaks in stories as weathered as the boot season. He reminds me that we all have dreams that never see the light, 'cause we don't let it in. And how we're all just dying until we choose to live. He's my muse. The glory in his mess, he's as confused as I am about life and death, and I am bound to his darkness like he's found in my light. He's my muse. Ooh.
Yeah, Liz Longley, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having me, Kenny.
Oh man, I love song lovers. But I love most people who can write songs that I love. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming and joining us here on the quarantine at Sound of Nashville. I hope that we get to see more of each other sometime soon. I think it'd be
Last time I
really,
saw
really
you was
fun.
game night.
My God, game
That was
night.
a
That
long
was
time ago.
Like 9.5 years. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know how long it's been. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to watch Liz Longley. If you're not following her, please do at Liz Longley. I mean, it's that easy.
It's easy.
She don't have to add. See, I myself am at Kenny Foster Music. There's a couple other Kenny Fosters. There's one who's an MMA fighter. I'm slightly prettier than him. There's also a basketball player in Wyoming, and he's still in college. And I'm like, how are you getting so much press here? College basketball. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm Kenny Foster Music. So just take it with you, so you're not getting confused. Yes, posers. Thank you, Patrick, for noticing that. You what?
I can't see any comments for some reason.
Oh, that's the saddest. Because,
I didn't see the poster.
It kept you from being distracted.
That's true.
So you could give us your all. But we are here every Thursday on Quarantine with Kenny. And you're welcome to come back and join us here outside of Nashville. But in the meantime, I think there's another thing. People can also do something a little special with you. Am I right, Liz?
Yes.
You can start a Patreon. Tell me about that.
I did. So the entire I launched a Patreon right before we went into the studio to do the Christmas EP. So I live streamed the entire thing. Anyone who joins can go see that. And then I release songs every month that I've never released before, that I have in my catalog. One of them actually was made for this record, but I didn't feel like the message fit with it, so I released that on there yesterday. There's a ton of stuff, private shows, Q&As, lots of just behind the scenes. So I really love it. I get to share more than I get to share anywhere else, so it's really fun.
Yeah, it's like your closest circle.
Yes.
Your closest circle is like just being able to tell your friends everything that's going on with you.
Yeah, I can word vomit, and they're there to catch the vomit.
Yay! So that's the people that hold your hair back can find you at patreon.com/Liz Longley. I don't know how this works, but just
that's right.
Go look her up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And now we always end every show with one special thing. Do you maybe have a joke for us, Miss Liz?
I do.
Yeah. Okay, come on.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady.
I didn't know you could yodel.
I can. It's amazing.
You've heard that one before?
No. It was beautiful, Liz. Thank you so much for coming. Take care of yourself, please. And everybody else, we'll see you next time. Hugs and kisses.
Guys.
Enjoy her record. Stream it all day long. You'll be happy you did.
Night. On loop.
While you're sleeping, send her money virtually. See you, Liz.
See you.
Take care of yourself.